Peace and blessings, everybody. Happy New Year 2026. Oh, yeah. Awareness Academy 411. We happy because we still here. We up in his house. But anyway, we are Awareness Academy 411. I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo. Here with Kirk the Jerk. Nappy Red is going to be back next weekend. He's still with us. And we're here to just give you our 2 cents. If it applies, let it apply, and if it don't, let it fly. It's for educational purposes only. Don't quote us, but if it sounds good, then go ahead. Because we do be saying some stuff and stuff. But yeah, we're here. We up in the
That's right. We are
house.
here. Hello, how everybody doing
We made it
today?
another year. Like Awareness Academy, we almost at our. Is this almost 2 years? No,
Yeah,
I think we did a whole year already. Like we're at like a year and a half now.
yeah. We
Like
definitely like a year
going
happening.
strong,
We
going
doing this,
strong with
son.
it.
Now
Yeah.
I mean, we doing this with a gangster lean and all that. We ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? We getting
Ain't
it
nobody
shaky.
out here playing. Nah.
Word, you know what I'm saying? Because we got some stuff to get off our chest today.
Consistency. We
Some,
gotta be consistent so y'all know we ain't playing. But nah.
yeah,
But no, listen, there's so much stuff going on. Um over the last couple weeks we was kind of under the weather, but we back on top of the weather.
yeah.
Um but yeah, it's been interesting. So now we're in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know numerology, and if you do, this is a 1 year, which is the masculine year, the year of just going after anything that you want, and it's gonna happen. So do that. Get your
Yep.
goals right. Go for it. We have a new mayor, Mayor Mandani.
Zohar Madani.
Mayor Mandani. It So, I see a lot of the comments under a lot of people's, all the memes or whatever about him. And, you have these people like, oh, New York is doomed. Oh, New York is gone. And it really helped me to solidify. And on top of me seeing that, it's been scientifically or in quantum physics, they say that we are all in our own world. Like
That's it.
we're all in our own universe. Universe. Everybody's in their own world. Because in my mind, I'm like, where is the disconnect that people are so much against something that could actually help? Like we're
Yeah.
just like, oh no, it's terrible. No, don't do that. Oh, that's horrible. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble if I say, something else, but my point is I just really recognize that everybody is in their own world. Like there's these different paradigms of populations. You got people that are more grounded, like me and you, and the way that we think and
Mm-hmm.
speak. You got these other people that just want to hate everything.
That's it.
Just because you
The
got,
hating
I
crew
mean, there's
MCs.
so many paradigms all existing at one time. So I'm starting to get to a point where I don't even get mad anymore. You know what I
Nah,
mean? Because I'm like, well, if I was you and I grew up the way you grew up and believed the things that you believe, then I would agree with you. But I'm sorry, I was brought up on the other side of the tracks.
that's it. You know, it's crazy because I at this point and this administration is just is getting irritating, and I'm so irritated because I'm like every single thing this person do, and y'all be like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. Like taking away child care for all 50 states, freeze the child care. Oh, that's great to get rid of the fraud. I said, let me tell you something. There's fraud in everything, right? But at the extent you're going to cripple the whole entire country where so many different people that have kids that got child care, you're going to cripple the whole everybody
Well,
just
again,
so
see,
you
you're
could get a little
speaking
bit of
from a
fraud. Like,
grounded
come on.
place of being sensible. I'm not going to say common sense because common sense is way too uncommon to call it common sense,
Yeah.
right? So you're speaking from a more sensible place of community and connection. There's these people that are like, you remember the movie Batman with the Joker? And he
Yeah.
said, I just do things. Like he just wants to see the world burn just because.
Yeah, that was
Those are
wild.
those people. Though that's them. And again, it's like I'm not even getting irritated no more because I'm really understanding that everybody's really in their own world. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's their world. Like, hey, that's what they believe in their world. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's even this guy GG33. He speaks a lot. He does a lot of videos and stuff and podcasts, and he speaks a lot about numerology. And he gives some pretty good information, but at the same time, he's a bigot. So it's like,
Yeah.
do I want to
Take what
not
you take.
hear what he has to say because he's a bigot? I'm like, then I have to remember, like, you can't always shoot the messenger. Just listen to the message, and just like with us, if it applies, it applies, and if it don't, let it fly. I don't gotta like you, but I'm still, hear what you gotta say because for some interesting reason, it be these people in those interesting paradigms that wind up
Mm-hmm.
having a lot of money. So I'm like, all
That's
right,
true.
well, let me, I'm not as ruthless as you, but let me listen to some of what you know.
That's true. That's crazy though, man. It's just so much going on right now. I tell everybody right now, um, focus on health, meditation.
Facts.
Even I started meditation recently, and that's not my thing, but now I do that at least 20 minutes a day.
You
And
have
I
to.
also speak words into existence. Like I'm amazing, I'm
Facts.
this, I'm that. Because sometimes, no matter how positive you can be as a person, sometimes we have down moments, and we got to pay attention to that. So it's not wrong with doing the basics, like going in the mirror. Like people say, "Oh, why would I look in the mirror?" I said, "Because you're looking at your reflection of what is presented to be you, and you're telling
Hmm.
yourself that you're amazing, you're a star, you this, whatever you're trying to accomplish, saying out
Or
loud.
you could get
Uh,
you some posy balls.
or you can get posy
You
balls.
get you some posy balls,
Hmm.
and this ball here, the orange ball, that's that ball, like what you talking about. You are
Yeah.
strong, you are special, I am great, I am powerful. That was the
Hmm.
point of the orange posy ball, because like Kurt's saying,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna just paraphrase it. The only thing you really have control over in this world is how you feel and what you do with what happens. That's
Yep.
it.
How you react to
That's it.
situations.
How you react to situations. And at the end of the day, what
Hmm.
really matters is how you feel, right? Because how you feel is going to dictate your entire experience, and how you feel is
Hmm.
created by what you believe. So if you're one of those people that believe that nobody else should have anything but you, then you'll be like, yeah, what they're
Yeah.
doing is great.
Me and
So,
it's crazy. Speaking of that, me and my friends was having an argument about capitalism and socialism, and I stated, if you try to mention Norway and Sweden and saying they have a very strong system, and then you mention places like Canada and even parts of Great Britain, the only thing that you're failing to realize, yeah, they have a capitalist system, but they have a very strong social safety net. So even if you're not able to be a high achiever as far as making the type of dollars that the people that's in the capitalist system makes, you at least be able to get the basics. You'll be able to afford the basics. You'll be able to get proper health care, all those things. But here in America, it's different. It's just capitalism, 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 capitalism. And then with this administration, cancel socialism. Anything that has to do with helping American people, the everyday people, cancel it. That's what they're doing right now. And then you
well,
got a bunch of dummies that's co-signing it. Oh yeah, because we
well,
don't want poor
again,
people.
these are the
They need to get off
people.
their ass. But all welfare, 90% of people that's on welfare has to work. And the ones that don't have to work, they either got physical health situations that prohibits them from doing that. But most of the people that's on welfare is a work requirement. So I hate when people like this guy, Mr. Our president, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna make it so everybody have to have a work requirement." That is already happening. Stupid. You can't get it. You have to show income
But
to even
again,
get it. You have
listen,
to
like
show
I
little
said
income.
before, it's that there's everybody's in their own world, in
Yeah,
their own paradigm, and they look at everybody else but themselves and be like, oh, they could burn.
that's it.
As long as it's not me, it could be them. And that's why we even have where we are, because there was this obsession with hurting other people as long as it doesn't hurt me. And now when it starts to trickle down and it hurts them, now it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. What's going on? But again, back to what we were saying before.
Yeah.
The only thing we have control over truly is how we feel and how we react to these things. We could talk till we're blue in the face about this policy not making sense and this decision not making sense. And these are the things. The only thing that we really have control over is how we feel about it and how we react to it. All right. So people feel like, with all these different policies, how are you going to survive? Well, revert back to more simple ways of living, right? I was having this conversation with a friend of mine earlier, and I was saying we're in a consumer nation. People are consumers. And he's like, well, people just need to buy less stuff then.
That's
I said, that sounds good.
Sounds good,
but realistically, and whoever's listening to us speak and whoever's this information is resonating with you, then you'll take these gems when I say things like start learning how to plant your own food. Get you some water filters so that you can have clean water. Get you a solar power generator so you can take yourself off grid and not even have to have electricity. Or in case if there's a problem, you have a way to plug yourself in, right? Learn how to do just the basic things. How about surviving without your phone? Start going an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours a day, a whole day without your phone. Start disconnecting from medias and news. Focus on the way you feel. You know what I mean? Like all these things that are happening, they're not at your front door. They're literally not at your front door. Like you can go walk out your front door. I mean, it's a little cold right now. You can walk out your front door and you can put your feet on the ground. Me and you was talking about this earlier, how you could just ground with the earth. Just become one with the earth. And all the stuff that people's like, oh, I need to be informed. No, you don't.
Yeah, you can take it. You got to take a break from it. And here's the thing: it's not that you don't need to be informed, but it's like you have to take a break for your own mental sake because you don't want to get sick from all the horrible information that you're constantly receiving on a consistent basis. Because media is all over the place. So
that's the point. That's news. That's their overall goal, is to stress people out so that they can get sick, so they can go to the doctor, so they can spend money, and they can need health care. And the circle, it's just circular. If you think about just the cycle of how it's all being done, and when you start to remove yourself from it, number one, the only way to change the world is to change yourself. I know that shit is so cliche, but it's so very true. Like changing yourself is what starts to change the world for two reasons. One, we're in our own world. That's number one. Number two, as long as you're not participating in the game, now that's one less person that's participating in the game. And now if someone else that's participating in the game sees you and they see how happy you are, now they're going to be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing.
That's it.
Let me try that out too. I want to do that too. Be the change you want to see in the world. That's one of my overall goals in life. Anytime people went right, I was like, I'm going left. Everybody went up. I'm like, I'm going diagonal. It's like I was always just going against the grain, and I'm not going to say, I've lived this perfect life where I didn't have any problems, but I didn't add to the other problems that I seen that I didn't like. I know that for sure. So I'm like, well, I'm not that statistic. Nope. I ain't part of that population. So I take pride in that. I think it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, like Kurt saying, meditation, getting reconnected with nature, go outside, sit up against a tree. If you don't want to hug a tree because you feel like it's weird, then just sit up against the tree. And for your own mental sake, just do this for yourself. Don't worry about nobody else. So what people going to drive by and see you next to a tree, telling them mind their business because you know something they don't know.
Tell them mind their business or you're going to slap the shit out of them. No, I'm joking.
Get a little violent.
Mind your neck, pal.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm one of those people that you'll see outside leaning up against a tree or even hugging a tree. I don't care what people think. You know why? Because I know the benefits that I'm getting from this. and my day feels good and I'm at peace and I'm still able to make my money, I'm still able to pay my bills, I'm still able to buy food and clothes and everything that I needed to survive, and ain't none of nobody's opinion about seeing me up a tree gonna stop any of that.
That's it. You know, that's how it's
Nope.
supposed to be. That's why I
And
said,
even,
hmm
huh?
no, that's why I said it's just very important. Like mental health. And right now we in 2026, right? I want everybody to brace themselves because I forgot to even mention this. You know, I just wanted to switch gears a little bit.
Go for it.
The economy is about to turn this shit. Y'all don't have no idea how bad things are gonna get. So if you have any money in the bank, might want to hold on to it for a minute. Because I'm looking at the numbers, you got all you have to do is look at the stock market. Stock market has telltales, and then look at the people that talks about the stock market. Reputable people that understands the system, that understands economy. Look at economies. You can Google economies and look at economies giving out their reports. They all singing the same song. They say we're gonna have a mega crash. These companies don't care. I don't understand it. It's like a mental illness. Like y'all got more money than y'all need, and y'all gonna continue taking more money to the point that people not buying nothing. And
Well,
then look at Christmas. Ain't that much work. I you know I say what I am. I'm a mailman. I work out there. I work and I do delivery. And the crazy thing about it is, we used to get murdered. I'm talking about we get flooded with packages. It wasn't much. It wasn't much for days. That's letting you know that shit is drying down. People not spending like that. People like wait. People not spending because they saving. Because a lot of people don't save. People ain't spending because they don't have
well,
it.
if people want to invest in anything right now, I would say gold and silver if you can get your hands on that.
Yeah.
I think Costco sell it. I need to grab some myself. But um I mean, you remember during the Great Depression how everybody was losing their mind? You know who was okay? Black people.
Black people. That's because they didn't allow us to participate in their markets, so
Yeah,
they suffered.
our money wasn't in the banks.
Yep. So we
You know
was
what I mean?
striving.
Like
We strive
there
economy.
wasn't, hey Farah, she said I saw this coming years ago, which is why I launched for Humanity Cooperative Chamber of Commerce. If we don't form a cooperative, remember only comedy we're doomed. I agree with that. Like, just like I was saying before, be the change you want to see in the world. All these different things are occurring and all these different things are happening. Instead of panicking and focusing so much on the problem, put that energy towards a solution.
That's true.
Find people like Farah here that start these type of things that you can have a different outlet.
Yes.
There's many others out there.
Mhm.
You just have to do the research. Like, instead of binge watching a series, get on
Mhm.
your phone and start Googling and looking for all these different avenues or outlets or what's the better word? Alternatives
Yeah.
for what it is that you want to achieve.
That's true.
Holding on to cash. I mean,
Cash,
yeah,
cash needs to be right now in the currency of America. I think cash needs to be converted. So if you have a way to like she said, gold and silver, I think that's a very good option because gold and silver is universal anywhere you go. Now the reason why I say because the dollar is still dropping, the dollar it's still going it's going to take a long time for the dollar to crash. Right? Let's be realistic, but it can happen in your lifetime.
it's
So you don't want to
possible.
wait to the last minute.
However,
And we got a psycho presidency. Anything can go down. These guys is
however,
crazy in there.
in my world, I'm good. I don't gotta worry about none of this stuff. I ain't worried about the economy. This is me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna speak for myself. I ain't gonna tell nobody out there what to do. I just know how to keep my sanity and what I
Yeah.
want to create in my world. I'm good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
always be good. Everything gonna always work out for me. I even have that on the Purple Posy ball. I roll
That's
it.
what's up.
Everything always works out for me. Yes, it does. Some way, shape, or form, we're gonna be all right. I feel like, things will change because change is the only constant in the universe, and that should
Yeah.
be expected. You know, but overall, the main thing that you can do is just focus on how you feel and how you react to it all.
That's
We
it.
can't stop this train, but what you can do is get off it.
Now we got to go to a commercial.
Oh, let's hit a
Posiball. Check
commercial break from our
posiballz.com.
sponsor.
Yes.
Manifest happiness now. Change your life now with positive affirmation balls. Simply roll, read the positive message, receive it and smile, and roll it again. 4 different balls that will make you feel good about life. Posi Balls, what you put in your mind matters.
Yes, feel supported, guided, and grounded right when you need it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you can go from overwhelmed to okay. You know what I mean? If you don't know what to do with yourself, just roll. And they're
That's
just
it.
tiny messages that give you big emotions.
It's a perfect mind exercise because, for one thing, now they starting to talk about it, because before they wasn't talking about how the mind is connected to the body. You know, when they say mind, body, and soul, it's very important to take heed to that. So when your mental health, you could be healthy physically, but if your mental health ain't right, it could start breaking down
That's
your
gonna mess
body.
with your body. I mean,
Yeah.
right now they're saying there's this big flu outbreak, right? And a
Oh
lot of people
man.
are getting sick. If you think about just the last 4 months alone, between the holidays with people eating shitty,
Yeah.
drinking extra alcohol, not drinking enough water,
Yeah.
and stressed out about all this crazy stuff that's happening,
Make them
immune
sick. Easy.
systems are weakened, and now everybody's in this low vibration where illness is. Like for me, I winded up under the weather. Why? Because I got real upset about something, and which was a lesson for me. I had to. That was a good lesson. Like I had to realize, like, you know, I really need to learn how to keep my emotions in check when something unexpected happens. But more importantly, I had to explore what the emotion was telling me. Like, why did I get so upset? Like that upsetness, where was it coming from? And it was coming from things that happened long time ago. And
Yeah.
what happened, just like, you know, it tapped on an old wound, and that wound screamed. So I took the time to go heal that wound. And I don't want that thing to happen again. But if something comes up, I'm like, hold up. I feel that. No, I'm gonna look at this for some way, shape, or form. This is a good thing. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the definition of what I am observing, and it's gonna help me feel better. That's it. That's all that matters.
And that's the most important thing. Change the way you look at things, meditate, eat different, stay away from gluten, stay away from sugar. You know, a lot of people's coming down with diabetes is an epidemic, and you can reverse it. You know, and hopefully you got the right doctor, because a lot of these doctors is sticking you on insulin, giving you medication. But to be honest with you, all you have to do is change your diet. It's not like it's type 1 where your body's not producing insulin. It's type 2 where your body has insulin but is resistant because your cells are saturated with fat. So to get out of that whole mess, change your diet. It's just as simple as that. And stay high in vitamin D. You know,
Well,
a lot of
then
people
you,
talk
you
about
have
vitamin
people
D.
that are like, they'll say, "Oh, eating healthy is expensive. So what? Pay now or pay later."
Yeah, and
You know what I mean? Like,
and that's
it's
exactly
gonna cost you an extra $2-3 on top of what you was already gonna spend on something unhealthy to make a healthier decision. Meanwhile, it'll save you down the line when you are paying for it in your discomfort, and for prescription medications and co-pays and trips to the doctor and taking off from work if you got a job.
Yeah.
And it's just an inconvenience.
Just remember that vitamin, and then I get sick and tired of when I see a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, just take vitamin D3 and K2," and but a lot of people don't. It's like, yeah, you want to take those vitamins because it's very important, right? But you need to understand why, and you need to understand what it is. Vitamin D is more like a hormone. It's found. Vitamin D has been found all over, like 20% of your genes. It regulates your immune system. It does a whole lot to the body, and having low vitamin D can make you be subject later to get some type of autoimmune disease or something like that. So it's
Well,
very important to have high
it's a
vitamin
lot
D.
of different minerals, like not
Yeah.
even just vitamin D, but copper, magnesium, zinc, A lot of people, if you ever get, you ever get those muscle twitches like under your eye, like your eyes start twitching or your muscle just starts twitching out of nowhere. That's a
Magnesium.
symptom of low magnesium.
Yeah.
If you're feeling tired and stuff, that's a symptom of low magnesium. Go get your blood work checked. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or
Do your CBC panel and get your comprehensive metabolic.
get your blood work
Simple
checked
stuff.
out, see what you low in, and make the arrangements. But more importantly, like Kurt said, change the crap that you're eating. Your food is your medicine. If you're eating something that has no nutritional value just because it tastes good and I just want to eat that, okay, it stays in your mouth for what, 10, 15 seconds?
You'll pay for it later. Just remember,
It's in your
you
body
don't escape
10
nothing.
times longer than it's in your mouth.
Pause.
I got you.
Nah,
But no, real talk.
yeah.
Like, food spends seconds in your mouth, but hours and days inside your body. And I mean, ultimately, how much do you care about the way you feel?
That's true.
In order to care about stuff like that. Like, this is the question I'm going to ask anybody out there, whoever's watching. How much do you care about the way you feel, that you will go and start meditating, that you will make those different decisions of what you're going to eat? How much do you care, or do you need to wait till things are out of control, you're in immense pain, or the doctor's giving you the C word and now you want to start changing? Like, do you want, you really needed to go that far? I mean, another thing,
a lot of people's coming down with it with no problem.
I almost got to mention, this month makes 21 years that I've been cancer free.
Say that one more time. This month,
January 2026, makes 21 years since I've survived stage 4 cancer. That's it. So I think I might know what I'm talking about.
Yes, absolutely.
I might be qualified to speak on what I'm talking about because I'm still here.
Yeah,
I'm healthy. I mean, I'm like a lot of other people. I got to just continuously stay on top of, my supplements and drinking my water. Like, I'm very health conscious. Like, Kurt knows me. He knows how I gets down. Some people feel like I eat weird or, you eat this. I'm like, well,
this is the reason why she's still alive, and this is the reason why she didn't get no cancer, because the fact that what you call weird is called protection. I gotta be, unlike everybody else, I already experienced the big C word. So now I have to be extremely mindful what I put in my body moving forward. And that's why I don't have the same problems now.
Yeah.
And remember, people, when you take these supplements, you have to be very careful. Try to do a lot of research online, because some of this shit is snake oil. So if you could, and if you have a good doctor, a lot of your vitamins, you can actually get it from your doctor. You can ask them to write you a prescription. They have it for everything: zinc, magnesium, vitamin D3, K2, all that stuff. You can get from your doctor. Demand your doctor to write it from them, because if it's a prescription, that means it's FDA approved, and if it's FDA approved, that means whatever's in the content of that pill is going to be what it says it is. It's not some over-the-counter supplements where they don't probably have a good background, and they could probably be toxifying you with all types of metals because they're not being regulated by FDA. So just be careful, because some people are starting to come down.
I would definitely tell people to be mindful, and especially be mindful where you get your stuff from. If you're not getting it from the doc, from a prescription, make sure it's a reputable company that you're buying your stuff from. I mean, me personally, I'll spend hours looking for things.
And there's nothing wrong with spending money on supplements. There's nothing wrong with, you got it. There's nothing wrong with spending money on supplements. There's nothing wrong with spending a little extra money for a reputable company that actually, like, for example, there's a company called Nature Truth. Nature Truth, a lot of their supplements is on federal FDA approved.
Now is a good brand too. Now, NOW.
Yeah, that's good too. That's another good name.
Now's a good one. I mean, I get some of my stuff from Australia.
Nice.
In Australia, they have very strict regulations on their supplements and things. So I found the company It's called Martin and Pleasant.
I heard of Martin and Pleasant.
That's where
before.
I get
Yeah.
a lot of my stuff from there. Like, you know, those vitamin C packs that people have, the emergency.
Yeah.
I get a version from Australia that has less ingredients than the one out here, but it even has vitamins other than just vitamin C. It
That's
has minerals
nice.
in it too. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And,
you know,
and
people look into where you get your stuff. I mean, if you want specifically what I'm using, you'll have to message me for that. I'm not going to mention all that on here because
hit Wendy Zizzo on that. She'll tell you where to get it from.
Would you say that again?
Hit Wendy Zizzo. Hit the Zizzos up, and she'll let you know
Y'all
where
can
to get it
visit my
from.
website, manifesthappinessnow.com, and send me an email. And if you truly want to know all the stuff that I'm taking, I could shoot you the links and you could check it out for yourself. That's all I can say.
And I tell anybody, stay away from multivitamins.
Oh,
I love
multivitamins are such a
Here's the
waste
problem.
of your time and money.
Yeah, waste of time because when they have to add all that stuff into that pill, chances are they shortchanging the hell out of you. It could be what it says it is, but it could be shortchanged like a mother. And some of that stuff don't really work together. Like when you put all those vitamins together and you put them in a pill, some of it is not meant to work together. You're actually supposed to space it or take it in gaps. Like certain things you're not supposed to put together, and they put it all together in one pill, and
like you're not supposed to take magnesium and iron together.
Yeah,
they should be taken 4 hours apart.
Yeah,
right.
And even calcium, you can't. You're supposed to take calcium with vitamin D because if you take calcium by itself, you don't want to find out that you got mad calcium in your blood. Calcium don't move; it needs something to move it. Vitamin D is like a car for it. Vitamin D are moving around, or if you get the K2, K2 is an automobile too. That drives the vitamin D and the calcium to your bones, your kidneys, your heart, and put it everywhere.
Again, this is all for educational purposes only. Please do your own research. Don't take our word for it.
Yes, yep. And I got some snake oil to sell you too. Anybody wants some snake oil?
Research fiends.
Yeah, crackheads. Crackheads.
I go in on research hard. Yep. It's actually funny when he'll, Kurt will call me and he'll say something. I'm like, yeah, I know. I was telling you about that. Like, yeah, I know about that one because I probably researched it like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, I'm just getting around to it late, but
I survived cancer and my body went through a whole bunch of shit. The chemo like destroyed my immune system. Like I would not be here today if I didn't get on top of my ish. I would have probably died from just a regular cold because my immune system was so beat up that I was getting sick bad. And, I found different supplements of different things. And over the years, I built myself back up in here. I'm still here.
And that's it. That's what you got to do.
21 years later.
Lifestyle change. It's all about lifestyle change. You want to live, change your lifestyle.
Yeah, listen to your body, man. Yeah. People think that, if they eat something and then they get gassy, they're like, oh, that's just I just get gassy. No, that's your body trying to tell you your body don't like that, or you eat something and your face breaks out and you're like, oh, I just got acne. No, that's your digestive system getting upset that you just put something in it and now it's trying to get rid of it because pimples and breakouts is another form of detoxification that your body is trying to do.
That's how your body operates.
And that's how your body detoxifies itself is by coming out through your skin, your biggest organ. So, eczema, acne, all that stuff is side effects because of something that you're eating or not eating, and that's why you're having these problems. And I'm so glad that we're really talking more about health and wellness in this being our first episode of 2026, because I really want to set that tone for people for this year and just plant those seeds that out of all the things that's happening in the world, the most important thing is how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and focusing. Like, it's interesting that even eating some unhealthy things affects the way you think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it affects the way you feel because, you're off, too much sugar throws off your brain. Like your mind can't work right when you're full of toxins.
And this is one of the most important things I tell everybody. This is extremely important because I see a lot of people. making sea moss, and I applaud you for it. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that people taking the time out to make their own sea moss instead of buying it from other people, because I think it's very important to buy your own sea moss and make it yourself. But just be careful. I want you to be careful, because sea moss has iodine. Your body needs iodine, but you can't measure. It's hard to like get instruments to measure how much iodine is in sea moss. So the smartest thing you could do is only take a tablespoon per day, maybe two. One in the morning and one in the afternoon.
A day.
Yeah, a tablespoon or two. Yeah, one or two. Either way, see how it make you feel, because it's high content of iodine, and then it's got something called keratin in it, which is good. Keratin is good for the body, but
also research what's farm raised, sea moss, and what's natural, so you know the difference.
Yeah, you want something that's wild caught. You want something that comes directly from the seed, that's not been nourished or nothing. Just they found it and just grab it, and then what they do is you take it, they dry it out, and you take it, you wet it out, and you take out all the seed out of it. It's very easy. It's an easy process to make it, but don't mix it with. I see a lot of people do it, and I'm recommending them not to do it. Please do not mix with other fruits and vegetables. No, don't mix with no fruits. Don't mix with nothing. Plain sea moss by itself. You're not taking it for flavor, but if you want to make it so it's tolerable, I tell people to be careful, because you might get intoxicated with too much iodine. So that's why it's smart to like.
No, if you just put your tablespoon in your shake.
You put a tablespoon in a shake. Oh no, you're right, 100%.
Yeah, put your tablespoon in a shake, because sea moss for me, I don't like the taste.
Yeah. I tell people too, if you don't like the seed taste, the smartest thing you could do is like when you put it in a bowl and put water in it, and you're about to put it in your refrigerator, get some lime or get some lemon, squeeze it in there, and I guarantee you the next day it gets rid of that seed taste, because that seed taste is disgusting. You get rid of that seed taste,
and then in the ocean.
And then you throw it in the blender, and it depends on how you want it to be, like a shake, or if you want a gel form, you just throw a little bit of water and it turns into like a gel look. Because it's already gel, because what it does to me, it look like noodles. Like the minute you put it into the pot and put water in it, it expands and turns to noodles. But let it sit for a day or two for the best result. And then we put it in the blender, you put a little bit of water in it. Some people say distilled water. I don't know why people want to use distilled water. I guess okay, or no mineral water, just distilled, whatever.
So
I don't know. I don't know the science behind that.
Well, the only reason I would agree with distilled water for sea moss is because sea moss already has all the minerals that you need.
Yeah, so you want to complicate
distilled
it.
Water is, it's devoid of minerals, so you don't want to add more with the water.
And it could be complicated. It could complicate.
And also, a lot of water, if you don't filter it yourself, has fluoride in it too. So you ain't can.
People, I want y'all to look at the water documentary. A lot of these companies are giving you water with a lot of arsenic in it. Arsenic is a lot of water. That's the sad part about Food and Drug Administration. They allow a certain amount of certain things into in the system, but you have to be the one that filter your own water. Just be careful, because even if you're getting spring water, you open a plastic bottle, it looks clear, it tastes fresh. It could be horrible. It could be harmful. And then another thing, people, food allergies, right? I want everybody to not get the stupid food allergy where they poke you 1, 2, 3 like this to check your environment. I want you to get blood work, because there's something called food sensitivity, meaning that your body's not completely messed up when you take it, but it's really not good for you, because over time it creates inflammation in the body. So the smartest thing you could do is get a food sensitivity test along with the allergies and stuff. So you know that, all right, I love tomatoes, but apparently tomatoes are not good for me. I love certain leafy greens, but apparently it's not good for me, because it could be good. Technically, quote unquote, is good for most people, but you could just be allergic to it. So it's smart to get that. So when you're dieting, that should be part of your diet plan, to get your food sensitivity test, so you won't be doing harm to your body. That's why some people, when they diet and all of a sudden they're getting sick, sometimes they're eating a lot of leafy greens and certain things they're eating is not good for them.
Yeah, I would look into Chinese medicine with that too. Because in Chinese medicine, they explain how you shouldn't even really be having your food completely raw. It should be steamed.
Yeah.
Because most plants have a defense mechanism, to prevent, from being eaten.
Yeah.
So certain things like kale, spinach. When you don't steam it or cook it, it's going to release whatever that defense mechanism is as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you'll get an adverse effect. You're like, I'm trying to eat healthy, but because it's releasing its enzymes, because it's still alive,
Yeah.
it could
Mm-hmm.
aggravate your gut lining and your microbiome and, can throw you
Mm-hmm.
off. I remember I was doing dandelion root raw for a
Yeah.
minute, and I started to notice like my eyes. I'm like, why my eyes feel so cloudy all the damn time? And when I looked it up, the dandelion root, that's one of the side effects. So I had to learn like, okay, so I have to steam it first
Mm-hmm.
and then blend it.
They want to live, even though they said the plants, the herbs is for us, they still want to live too. So
Yeah, they still want to
they're
live.
going and stay away from beans, nuts, and all that stuff because they're high in lectin. Lectin is freaking catastrophic for your body, and your body don't have no way
And
of fighting it.
gluten.
And gluten,
Like
and
people like,
that's
oh, I
and
don't want
that's
no gluten free. It's so weird when when you say
why it
something that's
tastes different
healthy,
though.
and
You
they're
ever
like,
noticed?
oh, I don't want that healthy.
No, but you ever notice? I sit there and say, okay, well, let me get gluten free. I had the same product. I can't remember what it was. I'm like, yo, it really tastes different. Is they doing that on
No, there
purpose?
is a difference in the taste. I'm not even in front. There is a different
I'm
taste.
like, what the hell? This doesn't
But
taste the same.
no, you have to
But
try
yeah,
different things, different brands. Because one brand might not taste right, but if you find another brand, it'll taste beautifully. Like Trader Joe's has these chocolate chip gluten-free cookies. Oh my God. Not only are these cookies delicious,
they don't
they
taste like
probably
cardboard,
have to
right?
be some of the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had in my life. And I'm a straight foodie. Like, I'm telling you, those cookies are banging,
It sounds
but
good.
then, you get certain breads or different, like I said, you have to try different brands. Like, don't be afraid to try different things. Don't just buy one brand. You're like, oh, that's nasty. I'm not doing that no more. Like, try a different brand. That might just be that brand.
Yep,
I even switched my flour, to gluten-free flour. And
that sounds
again,
good.
there's a slight change in how it tastes, but that's because the stuff that you like the most is meant to be addictive. Like high
Yeah,
fructose corn syrup. That is literally designed
to
to
kill
make
you over
you
time.
addicted to it.
Yeah, that's like and high fructose corn syrup is like the worst thing they ever invented for the human
Corn
body.
syrup,
Yeah,
fructose.
yeah, it's horrible.
You'll become a label whore if you're around me enough. You will be looking at labels for everything. You'll be looking at the ingredients like, oh, no, I ain't messing with that.
But
Like, nah, I ain't eating no dextrose. Nah, I'm not doing that. My heart was broken when I found out that sodium phosphate was in Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And sodium phosphate is the same thing that they use in paint thinner.
wow.
And I was like, really? And then they say it's a flavor enhancer. Oh yeah, I bet it is.
That's why I said capitalism is not so good for America, because America is one of the only places on this planet, as far as modern countries, that allow us to become guinea pigs, where they can put all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff in our food. And I remember when this president was angry at England when it was like, why you don't want to buy our beef? Why you don't want to buy this? And they didn't give him no answer, but I understood, because a lot of stuff they don't allow. Like, they don't allow antibiotics in their food, and they don't
I'm
allow
gonna mess people up
Kellogg's
with this one.
Frosted Flakes, where
Oh
Kellogg's
yeah,
Frosted
those is
Flakes are
terrible.
they'll put all kinds of chemicals in ours, but in England they're not allowed to do that.
Well, that's because they have regulations to
This
not
is the
put
reason
stuff
why
like
we
that
need
in there because it hurts the population.
But
Aspartame.
but before you get to that, but the big point is the reason why they so concerned about the people is because of universal health care. They pay for people to go to hospital. So the government pays the hospital. So since the government pays the hospital, the government ain't trying to lose money. So they know the more sick people, the more money they got to come in their pocket. So that's why I said that's when the system works for itself. Yep, you get proper treatment that way. You said
Basically.
aspartame.
But I'm gonna mess people up with this one. Aspartame.
Yeah.
Anything that says sugar free,
Yeah.
more than likely they use aspartame. It's in your bubble, it's in your gum, It's in your candy, you know, those packs of candy that you get at the store.
Yeah.
Look for aspartame. What is aspartame? Oh, aspartame is what they use in jet fuel. And
Wow.
what does aspartame do to you? Oh, it separates your blood-brain barrier.
Wow.
Meaning there is a very thin barrier between your brain and your skull. And it's also I think it's wrapped in myelin. Myelin is this is what goes around your nerve endings, your neurons. This is
Yeah.
what keeps the energy flowing through your neurons so that the messages can go throughout your brain and get to parts of your body. Aspartame weakens that. It gets in there. It actually penetrates through the blood-brain barrier, and it can fuse itself onto your neurons.
Wow.
I get a headache.
Crazy.
The last time I had aspartame, I was chewing gum years ago. I don't even chew gum anymore. Unless if I find one that doesn't have aspartame. It gave me a headache.
Wow.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. So again, listen to your body. If you
Yeah.
eat something and it sends you straight to the bathroom, that means you shouldn't be eating it.
That's true.
If you're eating something and now you feel extra tired after you eat it, you shouldn't be eating that.
It's
That
not
means your
food
body's
supposed
trying
to
to
give
work
you
hard.
energy. Food supposed to give you energy. So if you eat it and feel bloated, or if you eat it and feel tired, first of all, you're not even supposed to eat to get full. You're supposed to eat to get satisfied. You're supposed to eat just to be satisfied. A lot of people eat to get full and have that bloated feeling. It's not good to feel that bloated. You want to keep your energy, and the only way you're gonna keep your energy, you eat it in moderate. You eat a decent amount. Oh, I feel great. Oh shit. Here we go with the stupid camera.
Come back.
Got him. The camera got
Yeah,
me.
listen, I was having issues with my camera before we came on, so
Now mine's is hating too.
there he goes. He's back.
Dumbass camera. Now I even got now I'm on my green screen. Son of a
I'm sorry.
bitch.
We can
It's
still
not-
see you. That's what
No,
matters.
I don't want to be
I like your hair,
seen.
by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
real talk. Aspartame. Anytime something says sugar free, more than likely they're using
Cash
aspartame.
money, yo. Yeah, cash money.
Crazy.
Oh, matter of fact, speaking of that, we gotta change it. You know, I gotta change the background. Since we talking about health and wellness and stuff, we're gonna just talk about health. Yeah, look at that
Okay.
background right there.
I like
Woo!
that. I like that.
Yes.
I mean,
That's
my
the stuff I be
background
eating.
is that's a digital diffuser. That's behind me. It's part of my studio.
Yes.
My studio setup. Speaking of studio, real quick,
Mhm.
I just want to get into, if people don't know, I'm
Mhm.
going to enlighten you, and Kurt will back me up here. I am a hip hop artist.
Yes.
I have made a lot of dope ass records that are out on iTunes. Y'all can visit zizzolife.com. Check out my music. You know, just support your girl. Most importantly, listen to something with some type of like
Mhm.
substance. Listen to some Zizzo. Zizzo got substance in her music. You know, I don't just talk the talk. You know, talking. I put it in my music too. You know, so that's out there. Zizzo Phoenix, because I am a Phoenix and my name is Zizzo.
Zizzo Phoenix.
I'm also a published author. I have a
Mhm.
book called Stage 4, a cancer survivor story. It's also available in audiobook, and the forward is by the legendary Chubb Rock.
Chubb Rock, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Since
Yeah.
I got into my self-development, and you know, because I was dealing with depression, hard body for a long time in my life, and I had to find a way out of that, because ain't nobody gonna save you but you. So I
That's
figured
true.
out how to save myself, and one of the
Mhm.
tools that I used to do so was journaling. So from using journaling and being successful with it, I was like, oh, let me write a book about why journaling is so dope. So then that's the book, The Secret Power of Journaling. You could also find that on it's in Amazon, and there's also an audiobook on Audible. So y'all can check that out. You know, there's some stuff out there that I put out there for y'all. And most importantly, get you some Posy Balls.
Get the Posy Balls.
Get you some Posy Balls. Posyballs.com. Like, real talk, these make me feel so much better every time I use them. Like, every time I roll these, especially if I'm stressed out or if I'm going through, if my mood is low, and I'm just like, you know, I'll roll them, and after like the second, third roll, I'm like, yeah, yeah. So I highly recommend these people. You know, real quick, before we go, we still have a few minutes left. I'm gonna just do 2 quick rolls, maybe 3.
Mhm.
There's always something good about it. Yeah, yeah. I am complete. Yeah. Oh, one more. You are abundant in all things, and money always comes. You know what I'm saying? Right
That's
there,
what's
yeah.
up.
I like when the messages coincide with each other even more. Like, money always comes. You are abundant in all things. Ta-da!
That's it. Win. That's a win right
And
there.
like when we were talking about earlier about mindset and your beliefs, what you believe is what you will achieve.
Yeah,
You know, if you believe that money always comes, then
it
you'll
will.
see how money always comes. If you believe that you broke, then you will always be broke. Or when you do get money, you'll wind up broke because your mindset around money is that you broke.
That's
If
it.
you believe that you can write a book, you can write a book. Go and you'll start finding ways to do it, and then you'll do it. You know, if you believe that you ain't shit, then you're gonna do everything possible to prove to yourself that you ain't shit. If you believe that you are the shit, then you will do things to constantly reaffirm to yourself that you are the shit.
Because remember, your words programs your subconscious. So you might be saying words and think nothing of it, but it's actually programming your subconscious. So
Yep.
that's why it's important to speak things into existence. They say that in the Bible, but I'm talking from a scientific standpoint
Yeah,
as
let's talk
well.
about it from a scientific point. And I'm gonna even add this in. I just did a neurology class, neurobehavioral science, and your brain does not know the difference between you joking and not. So when you joke around and say, "Oh, I ain't shit," or "Yeah, I'm broke," like you might be joking around, but your brain doesn't know the difference.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
when you say something, like he said, it goes in your subconscious. Your subconscious is like that. You have like a million terabytes of information in
Yeah.
your subconscious mind, and every time you're watching something, this is why, you know, what marketing is so effective. Like, you know, you'll just see the billboard, but you ain't paying attention to it. But then one
Mhm.
day you'll think of it and you're like, oh yeah, I remember I saw that. I could get that. That's something that was programmed into your subconscious mind. You know, it's not at the forefront of your consciousness, but it gets put in there. It's like planting a seed. Like what we're doing here at Awareness Academy 411, we here to plant some seeds into your subconscious mind to
Yep.
help you become a better version of you and be happier and just do better in life. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
But overall,
Mhm.
what you speak of yourself is very important of how you speak about yourself
Yeah.
and how do you treat yourself, especially when you make a mistake. You know, like that self-talk is
And
powerful.
this is for the fellas out there. No, this is for everybody. Just remember, when you think of prison, just know that many of those brothers and sisters that's in prison because they lack self-control. And for the ones that didn't commit the crime or whatever the case, and I mean for ones that did commit the crime and they in there for a reason, because not everybody's innocent in jail. Some people actually did what they did.
I
So
mean, I'll
just
go,
remember,
yeah.
self-control, meaning that you don't have to respond. And then there's another thing. I see a lot of videos where people may presume to be innocent, but you fighting with a cop, you pleading your case on the side of the asphalt. Don't do that. Wait until you get in front of the judge and then you can fight your case. Stop doing that. Stop fighting with the officer. I don't want to see you hurt. I don't want to see you dead. The smartest thing you could do is provide all the information, even if they violate your constitution. You don't need to fight with them because at the end of the day, they're not judges. All they're doing is they're enforcing the law the way they see it, and they can make mistakes. That's the reason why we have a court system that can help you, you know, and you come and you give your case to the judge and he could get everything dismissed. Well, maybe
Yeah,
not all the
or
time,
just
but
keep your mouth shut and invoke your plead the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth,
yeah.
and don't say anything except for I need my lawyer.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't
Yeah.
say nothing.
And then,
Nothing at all.
if they threaten, and here's the thing, because this is what, remember, police officers are allowed to lie. By law, they're allowed to lie to you. So just remember that when you have a conversation with them, they don't just have free conversation. They're fishing sometimes, especially if it's a civil offense and it's nothing big, and they're probably going to give you a ticket. And then they ask you, hey, so where you coming from? You don't need to ask all those questions. You don't need to answer those questions. It's not. There's and you could just tell them, hey, listen, I just want you, if you're gonna give me a ticket, I'll take the ticket, and I see you in court. If anything, you have the right to do that. You don't have to answer their questions, because some of them could be intimidating and tell you, oh, you have to answer. No, you don't. And if they lock you up for that, that's an easy lawsuit right there.
Well, this is what I was gonna mention before, when you was talking about discipline. More importantly, emotional regulation.
Yes, emotional regulation.
When you feel yourself getting upset, that is the signal right now coming from within you that's saying that there's a part of me right now that needs acknowledgement and needs to feel safe, right? So instead of you acting out in those emotions, check yourself. Like, when you feel yourself getting upset, like, take a second and just be with it for a minute. So if you in a situation where the cops is grilling you, feel yourself getting to a point where you want to yell or scream or be disrespectful, check yourself for a second, because realistically, whatever you put out is what you're gonna get back. So if you can just, in that moment when you're feeling like your emotions are boiling up, try to send to yourself, or just be aware, in this moment I'm feeling this. You know what I mean? Just as something as simple as that. Wait, in this moment, I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling. Just giving yourself that acknowledgement alone will shift how you feel. Like, it sounds weird, but I'm serious. If you just sit there and you just, I'm feeling upset right now. I'm feeling pissed. Oh, I'm mad. Why am I feeling mad? Like, start exploring it right now in that moment. I mean, if it's an acute situation where, like you say, you right in front of the cops, they grilling you, just be quiet.
You can't go wrong with, you can, but you can't go wrong with being quiet. You could go wrong with talking and fighting back, and I'm not resisting arrest. Or if they tell you to and this is another thing, this is the law. If the officer tell you to step out the car, they passed the law quite some time ago. You have to step out the car. They supposed to tell you what's the reason why they pulled you over, but at the end of the day, if they tell you to step out the car, they're allowed, through the law, through the court system, the Supreme Court ruled that they're allowed to tell you to step out the car for their safety. Because while you're in the car and you have your windows up, because I see people keep their windows rolled up, you can easily shoot them.
Cops pull up on you, roll your windows down, put your dome light on, and
put your dome light on so they can see in the car, so it's no confusion.
That would solve some of your problems right there, because then they'll know that you know better.
Yeah, you automatically and then lower your music. The funny thing is, before they approach your car, and especially if it's nighttime, and you got tinted windows, roll your windows down, put your interior light on. It makes them feel safe. The whole idea is with officers, especially the ones that pull you over on the highway, they don't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? They could pull up. They don't know if they're pulling over a drug lord or a law-abiding citizen. So because they have the training where they have to be at 10, they can come off a bit extreme until they get to know you and get calm as time go on. It's like they have to start in the opposite, because anytime they go to the car could be the last time they could lose their life. So it's just something to think about, people. Stop fighting your cases on asphalt. Take the ticket and go to court and handle it that way.
That is a whole fact, which circles us back around to mindset. When you're meditating, when you're caring about the way you feel, when you are doing work on yourself, you are less likelier to act out in certain situations, because you've learned to value your energy more. You learn that exerting your energy is really you just hurting yourself. You can never throw a hot stone without first burning your own hand. You know what I mean? Like, you could be angry at people, you could be resentful. Listen, you can drink poison all you want. It ain't gonna kill nobody but you.
That's a fact.
So, realistically, it all starts with you. Like, people, you don't realize how much you're creating your reality. You create every single way that you feel, and you have the ability to change it. So, since, as usual, we can keep going on and on, we're going to stop here. I hope everybody enjoyed today's episode with the Awareness Academy 411. I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Kirk the Jerk. Peace and blessings out there to Nappy Red. We're going to see you next week. And yeah, tune in, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, y'all. Peace and blessings. We out here.